there, I'm Talia, founder of Workweek Lunch, and today I'm going to show you a really easy hack for batch cooking quesadillas. We're going to do this as a quick dinner, but I usually do it as a meal prep, and it is super quick and easy. So I have cilantro, jalapeno, zucchini, asparagus that we already cooked yesterday, some garlic that was left over from yesterday. I'm going to put these sweet potatoes on the side probably, and I also have 2 types of cheeses, avocado, salt and pepper, cumin, and olive oil. And of course, tortillas. We'll get to those later. So this is what we're working with tonight, and I'm calling this a farmer's market quesadilla because it is super random and I'm using vegetables that I picked up at the farmer's market over the weekend. Quesadillas are a great template meal. You can do so much with them. So I hope when you're watching tonight you see this method and you can apply it to whatever ingredients you have on hand. You can use meat, beans, so many different ways to do this. So I'm adding some olive oil really quick. I'm on like a medium heat here. And we're gonna just cook up the vegetables. This is a very green quesadilla. I have zucchini and jalapeno, and asparagus, just all the green vegetables. So if you had onion, I could throw in some onion. Really, any vegetable works in this meal. I mean, as long as you want to cut it small and flat so that it works in a quesadilla. That's kind of just the main technique. My favorite combo for quesadillas is definitely sweet potatoes and black beans, hands down, like the best veggie combo there is. Personally, if I have shredded chicken, I'll add that, or shrimp or tofu even can work in quesadillas. A really easy template meal if you have a bunch of leftovers. Let's toss in our cilantro. This is just leftover cilantro from like last week. It's on its last legs. Gotta use it up. Some garlic was left behind. And let's throw in our asparagus now because we're just gonna kind of heat it through. But it's already cooked, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And that is our filling. These are gonna make 2 quesadillas. Let's assemble them. So if you've ever made quesadillas before, you've probably made them on the stove, right? You cook them on one side, you flip them, cook on the other side. Well, if you're meal prepping, or if you're making more than one quesadilla at a time, you can actually bake them. Flipping is optional. This is really important so that the tortillas and cheese and stuff don't stick. So I'm using flour tortillas. These are medium size, they're not very big. First thing you gotta do is add cheese. This is mozzarella cheese. Now we're gonna add some of our filling. Here, if I had shredded chicken or beans, you can add that in. Look how easy that is, and it also, like, if you have people with different dietary preferences, it's really easy for them to assemble their own quesadillas, but then you bake them at the same time so that you can accommodate, different needs. I know how hard that can be if you're cooking for more than one person and they're picky or they don't like something that you make. So this is a cheddar cheese. We're doing a mixed cheese quesadilla because that's just what I have on hand. There are no rules, but the cheese is the glue. If you're vegan, you can do this with vegan cheese, and also I've seen people do it with hummus or just, to make kind of doing like a tomato sauce instead. But you want something in there that will give it this texture. Now we're gonna add the top, and I kind of like to press it down a little bit to even it out so it's not like, there's not like a mound of filling in there, and it's kind of more even, closer to the edges. Check it out. So now we're gonna put these in the oven. My oven's preheated at 425 Fahrenheit, and they're gonna bake for about 15 minutes. On the side, I have leftover sweet potatoes, so I'm gonna cook that in the same pan that I did the vegetables. Let's get the heat going. And we're just gonna add these sweet potatoes on the side. Salt, and I'm gonna add some cinnamon. There are many ways to reheat quesadillas, and we talk about it a lot. My favorite way is in the microwave on a plate on a paper towel. The paper towel sucks up all the moisture from the tortilla, and it's fine. But if you really want a crispy quesadilla, you should put it in the toaster if you feel like that's safe. Sometimes cheese can drip into it and it's not ideal. You can use a toaster oven if you have one, air fryer if you have one. You can put on the broiler, which again, at your own risks. I've burned a lot of things in the broiler if you forget about them. So those are the main ways to reheat quesadillas. I sliced them really thin because I wanted them to cook faster. So that's done. Let me turn that off. So you can see they're already getting crispier on the edges. That's great. Now what I'm going to do is put the quesadillas actually under the broiler so the tops get a little crispy. This is a way to avoid flipping them because flipping them can be, you know, a disaster. Here they are so far. Let me take a look. They smell really good. I'm going to put them on the top part and they're going to crisp up on top and then they're going to be done in like 5 minutes. So here's the final product with sweet potatoes in the pan and of course our lovely cheesy veggie quesadillas. So they just came out of the oven. I have moved them to the top rack to get them to look like this. They're just puffing up a little bit, that's fine. We're gonna slice them up and eat them with some salsa. And that is the meal. And I hope the takeaway you have for tonight is that you can batch cook quesadillas on a sheet pan. You don't have to stand there on the stove flipping them. You just bake a bunch of them at once. You guys rock. Bye!